So, roughly about a week ago today, I've been busy. I had to get a new job. Instacart wasn't paying the bills because of gas prices. And the pay versus mileage ratio is just getting really bad. So, I got a job delivering pizza. And I like my job. I like my boss. I like my coworkers. And, so I wanted to share something with you. I was helping out some friends. And we noticed, one of the undercovers stalking us as we were going down Four Seasons Boulevard. And those are my feet. Hello. So, I pulled into the gas station because legally, once you turn the car off and pull the keys out, they can't do anything. Which, unfortunately, the harassment has gotten to that point where I need to pull off the road sometimes because of being followed. Now, mind you, I have a lead foot from hell, and I have not been speeding in Henderson County because of all of this. So, I'm not even doing anything worthy of getting pulled over or followed anyway. I don't do drugs. I don't deal drugs. I don't get drunk. I don't do stupid shit. Which I shouldn't have been looking at me the first time anyway. And lo and behold, the undercover pulls up behind me. And as I'm acting like I'm gassing up, he gets out and actually gasses up. I remembered the face. And it felt good to put a name on that face. Officer Payne. I know it sounds like some comic book fucking bullshit, but I shit you not, that was his name on his name tag. This motherfucker, I will never forget his face. He is definitely going to hell, if there is a hell. There is no place in heaven for people like this man. Or Valhalla. So, I'm pagan. I believe in Valhalla. I do believe in a hell, but I don't know what to think about it. Now, this is the one who knew that I was autistic and knew that one of my mental handicaps was people being indirect with me. And he knew this from previous encounters. He's the one that said if I change my story, I'll go home to my dogs in my car. And at the time, I had believed him because I was so shaken, I wasn't thinking straight. In fact, everything going through my mind all at once at what felt like light speed, when you combine it all in one thought, or, one situation, it doesn't make sense. So, here we have a predator with a badge named Officer Payne. I found out from my friends that the police department has a joke with this guy. They call him Officer Pain in the Ass, making fun of his last name, apparently. Because he is a pain in the ass. Well, he's about to become their biggest pain in the ass, quite literally. So his nickname is about to quite literally stick. Because of him, all the bullshit that they're doing, and will do in the future, and have done in the past, will be getting exposed. Okay? So they have him to thank for that. Solely him. Because had he not pulled that shit with me, I would not be on their asses like moth to a flame over everything they do that is illegal. I will record them. I have rewards out for people who record them doing anything illegal. Okay? I have turned the community on the police in a legal manner. Because when they record those police officers or sheriff's department officials doing something illegal that they should not be doing, and I post it, well, that's just more proof to add to the fire. Okay? So, right now, as it stands, they've realized that they have screwed somebody over that's not willing to drop it and not willing to let up. No, I'm not going to. Because Injustice is exactly that. And I hate, and always have hated since I was 5 years old, everything to do with injustice of any kind. Even my gothic poems that I used to write have been about justice versus injustice, dark versus light, dark, gray, and light. Gray would be the shadows. Okay? I used to write some really cool poems. I have always been big on government corruption since I was a child. Very big. I've heard about it since I was a kid. Been big on it since I was a kid. Technically, I'm anti-government, but I try to be sensible about it. I've always been a conspiracist, but I've always tried to take everything I hear with a grain of salt. Okay? They should not have done something like this to anybody at all, like what they've done to me. But if they had to have picked somebody, they should have picked somebody that doesn't talk about everybody that's done her wrong since she was 5 years old. And I do. I haven't lived a great life. I tend to hold grudges. Usually there for a good reason. And no, I'm not going to change that. It's too late to change that. So, there we go. His name was Officer Payne. I thought, when I remembered and looked back on that day, I thought maybe I was, so shaken that was a name my mind put to this person. Turns out it was the actual name. Sorry, I'm tired. It was the actual name of the officer. And, so yeah, Officer Payne from Hendersonville, North Carolina Police Department. He ruined my life. One of my dogs could be dead because of him. And, he ruined a 3-tour veteran of Iraq's life. And I'm going to stress that fact because it is outrageous to me that John can serve his country and still be fucked over by other people in service. That he believes in respecting his fellow service members. And they obviously cared not about disrespecting him or dishonoring him. Okay? And that's disgusting to me. So I am going to continue stressing the fact that John was a 3-tour veteran of Iraq with PTSD. Legally, by law, it is illegal to convict him, and it is illegal to convict me. Him because of his PTSD, me because of my autism, okay? But the police in Hendersonville, North Carolina, they don't follow the law. They make it up as they go along. And I'm not the person who has made up this saying. This is a saying I've picked up from other people around the town. Other people around the town are saying this. Other people around the town are calling the police here the Blue Mafia, okay? I did not make up these nicknames. These are nicknames that people were already calling the police well before what they did to me and John. And I'm just continuing to use them. But I'm using them online instead of by word of mouth. So, one thing I want to introduce you to, which was in my last video. Me and a friend have, and more than one friend by the way, we have observed that when the Hendersonville Police Department is doing something that is illegal, they will have another officer in a vehicle try to blind onlookers with their lights, with their brights on. The purpose of this is so that there will be less witnesses to whatever they're doing. And if you see them do it, whether it's in Hendersonville or anywhere else, try to record what they're doing. It means they're doing something they know they shouldn't. As you can see in my last video, they're looking around to see if anybody's watching. It looked like they slammed somebody to the ground. Now, there were 2 Hendersonville Police Department cars and a Laurel Park car. Okay, Laurel Park is the neighboring town, and this is not their district. But one of them has been up to no good with Hendersonville PD, probably because he transferred from that department. And usually Laurel Park police are pretty chill and pretty laid back. It really depends on who you are, though. But for one of them to be involved in mischief and mayhem of the Hendersonville Police Department, they had to have been a transfer. I don't know who it is. I need to get the vehicle number and see if that's the vehicle I see every time. It's always an SUV. Okay. Sorry, I need to go to bed after this. I had a few friends tell me that when the police department is basically unless their lights are on, right? They have to follow the rules of the road like the rest of us. And even as far back as last year, I have observed the Hendersonville Police Department, probably rookies, probably not, by at least 12 a.m. and on, speeding down the highway at like 90 miles per hour. Okay? And it's varying speeds. That's the fastest I've seen one go. I've just seen one zip by within a few seconds. But this is a 35 mile per hour road. On the side of the road that I'm on, it is. There's another side that's 45. And I've seen them run red lights. I've seen them almost run over homeless people. I've seen them speed up on homeless people. I had a friend who worked at the gas station down the street who observed them almost hit a woman and her child pulling out of his gas station. So, and that would be on the cameras at the gas station as well. And another update I wanted to give you is my friend who works at Planet Fitness told me that somebody who works for the city had come to work on something. I forget what it was. And very shortly afterwards, their camera stopped. Well, no, immediately afterwards, their camera stopped working. And then very shortly after that, apparently they have old film for their cameras. And one of their film boxes actually caught fire. And I had told one of my friends, what are the odds that the film boxes that caught fire are the ones that have them stalking me from last year, where I had to call into work because they would hang outside of the Planet Fitness parking lot. And that's a very high possibility with the way that they are here. When I say that they're called the Blue Mafia, the reason they've earned this nickname is they literally operate as if they are a mafia. Okay? And so that it would not surprise me, considering it was a city employee that pretty much messed up their cameras, that it has been done on purpose. What do they not want those cameras to see as a present and past and future? Considering I park here, that is extremely suspicious. Watch. Very shortly after I post this video, those cameras could turn up working mysteriously. Watch. I've noticed things about this county. When someone like me brings attention to shit like this, the problem's suddenly gone. So, there's my update. I've been meaning to post some of this for a while now. I've been waiting to get a decent amount of minutes on my video. Because this is about 13 minutes long, it's going on YouTube, but I will post a link to it on my TikTok.